Hi, it's Julie Withrow with How Smart Women Succeed. I love saying that, so cheesy. The reason I'm probably being so goofy is because I just finished my run and my planks for today. And so I wanted to report in and say that I have met and exceeded my goal for this week. I ran 22 miles and I planked 21 minutes. So I'm now just a teeny bit ahead of my plan to run 100 miles and plank 100 minutes before my birthday on February 4th. And hi, Sheena. What I wanted to share today is two things that I was thinking about on my run, and that's my treadmill right there behind me. This is where I'm doing most of my running for my goals. I do like to run outside too, but because it's wintertime, this works well and it really gets the mileage down pat, so I'm not guessing. But anyway, there's two things that I wanted to share today about being successful in setting and achieving your goals. And so it's going to be a quickie. First one is make it fun. You know, part of the reason why I exceeded my goals this week, ran 2 extra miles and planked 1 extra minute, was because I was listening to this amazing podcast from Tony Robbins. And I often listen to podcasts when I'm on the treadmill, and that's part of how I keep it fun, because I love to learn. And my favorite podcast, hands down, is Amy Porterfield. I listen to hers all the time. If you're not familiar with her, most of you probably are. She talks about online business and marketing. And love her. Her content is awesome and really actionable. So I always listen to her podcast. It comes out usually pretty much once a week. Every once in a while she might skip, but I'll listen to her podcast. I'll go back to listen to old podcasts of hers. But it's how I keep this goal fun, is I know that I get to hop on the treadmill and listen to an awesome podcast, which is also going to inspire me. So aside from the natural endorphins when I get off of that treadmill, I'm also going to have some big new idea. It never fails. Every single time I run and listen to a podcast, I come away with at least one big idea, sometimes 3 or 4. In fact, I have to stop sometimes and write them down or record them or make sure I don't lose them all. But think about it with your own goals. How can you make them more fun? One way I did this last year was when I needed to work on the finances in my business, and I don't know about you, but I hate that. I would always do it at the coffee shop. You know, that way I could make it more fun, right? Because I love to go to the coffee shop and have a little treat, you know, whether that's, for me it's usually a latte, and if I'm feeling particularly naughty, I'll probably have, you know, a scone or a banana bread or something like that with it. But that's what I would do to do my finances, because it would make it more fun, and that way I'd stay on top of them. So think about how you can make your goal more fun. How can you incorporate fun into achieving your goal, and you'll be so much more likely to stick with it and reach it. And 2 is exactly what I'm doing right here. Tell people about your goal. Bake in some accountability to do what you're going to do. There's nothing probably more more accountability creating than professing your goal on Facebook Live, where where a bunch of people, hundreds of people, are going to look at it and know that you set this goal. So it will definitely keep you honest. Now, I'm not suggesting you have to go on Facebook Live and do what I'm doing, but tell a friend. Find an accountability buddy. If you're in a mastermind, or if not, form one and tell a group of friends who can all hold each other accountable to your goals. It can be very informal. You know, pick 4 or 5 girlfriends and check in with each other once a week to have that accountability, and really commit to holding each other to each other's vision, right? It's not about that's not, when you have those kind of accountability groups or accountability buddy, and I had one for a long time and it was great, it's very easy to be like, oh, you messed up last week, don't beat yourself up, you know, it's okay, like, and kind of get into commiseration. Oh yeah, I kind of messed up too. No, it's like, you messed up, it's fine, get back on the horse, right? Get back in there. That's what an accountability buddy does. They don't accept excuses. They also don't shame for excuses, but they definitely keep you holding your goal in sight, and they're there to cheer you on. And so that's another way to create accountability. The easiest way, though, hands down, and it really, really works, is write it down. It's very simple. And then put it somewhere where you see it all the time, right? So if you're a sticky note person like me, I'll print my goals on sticky notes. And oftentimes, and I try to not have too many goals, that's a whole other subject, but I'll have like my main 1 or 2 goals on my mirror. And that way when I look at myself, I see those goals and I reaffirm to myself that this is what I'm going to do. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. 2 things to help you be more successful with your goal setting, right? Make it fun and create some accountability. And I also wanted to share where I was progress-wise as part of my accountability toward my goal. Have a great rest of your weekend.